I wrote my first screenplay at 21 when I was still in school, and that screenplay got me an agent. And,
nice.
And
I'm curious. So that first screenplay you wrote while still in school, you said you got an agent. How did you get an agent? Did you just send out cold query letters? Did you cold call them? Did you have some people you knew in the business? And what did that look like living in the middle of Canada? What was sort of that next step? You get an agent. Was your agent local to Canada, to the middle of Canada? Was he more cosmopolitan?
I had zero experience when I first wrote that script, and so I just blindly struck out to as many script competitions as I could, and the script got some attention through that, and I believe that led to two companies of interest who had wanted to option the script. And so what I had on my hands was two groups of people who wanted a script, and I had no representation. So it was a good way to introduce myself with this problem, that I have a script that two people want, and can you resolve this? And so the agent, he did resolve that, and was my agent for a number of years.
Gotcha. Yeah. So great. So let's talk about some of your first films as a writer director. I noticed on IMDb, your first two credits are Nobody and The Good Lie. Just quickly, how did you get those films produced? You, at this point, you've written a number of scripts. You've been working as a screenwriter. Sounds like you have some on-set production. Were you pitching your projects to the producers you were meeting? Were you pitching it to your agent? Did your agent get these scripts out? Maybe just talk briefly about those two films and how you were able to basically move from a screenwriter to a screenwriter/director.
By the time, or at the sellable, I couldn't go and pitch myself as a director because I'd never made a short film before I'd directed Nobody. So I was not really in a position to be hired for anything other than, the only way to do that was to create it myself and produce it and finance it with people that I knew. So it was done completely out of the typical system, even locally. It was just a bunch of friends that got together to make a movie and found a camera and a couple of Hollywood actors, oddly enough. And we got to do it for, a few tens of thousands of dollars. That was our money. And so that was made because it was a cheap enough script that we could do it ourselves. And so we did it. It had enough success to allow me to start circulating some other scripts and enough attention that people would start looking, because now I had something that existed as a piece. And that's how A Good Lie came about.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Selling Your Screenplay podcast. If you'd like to hear the full interview, just go to sellingyourscreenplay.com/podcasts. Or to go directly to the episode, just use the link in the show notes. Thanks for watching.